Well, this referendum is about judicial reforms, and if it is passed, it will be the biggest overhaul of the judiciary since World War II. And it's quite complex and technical, but in essence, really, it's about consolidating the separation of career paths of judges and public prosecutors, as well as splitting the judicial self-governing body into two separate entities. And the makeup of these entities will also be changed according to these reforms. Now, Meloni and her right-wing government have said, as you put it, that this is essential to make the judiciary more independent. And she says, has said that it will weed out what she refers to as left-wing political factions within the judiciary that she often blames for trying to undermine her policies, such as policies on immigration. Now, those opposing the reforms, the critics, those on the centre-left in this country, as well as some magistrates themselves, they say that the impact will be exactly the opposite, that it will undermine judicial independence and actually will result in more political interference. So really, in the lead up to this referendum, which will be, people will be voting at polling stations like this throughout the country today until Monday at 3 p.m. In the lead up to this, there's been a heated campaign that really has sharpened and deepened political divisions. Ms. Meloni has been appearing on podcasts as well as on local television stations and media, pushing her ideas through. And in one particular instance, she actually said that if this reform is not passed, it will result in more immigrants, rapists, pedophiles and drug dealers being freed, and it will impact the security in the country. Now, critics have said and have reacted to those kinds of statements, saying that it really is just all about fear-mongering. Now, for the meantime, in terms of the actual vote, it's a simple majority required. No quorum is required in terms of the number of people that actually can vote. And according to the last published polls 2 weeks ago, really both camps are neck and neck.
Now, Seema, as you were mentioning there, with this backdrop of rather heated rhetoric, it seems the vote is also being seen as a high-stakes test for the Prime Minister. Why is that?
Well, essentially also because it's quite a technical issue. And so in the end, it's been divided into those that support Ms. Meloni and those on the other side. And really, so far for the last 3.5 years, she really has projected an image of stability, which is quite rare in Italian politics. And she prides herself on that. So if she loses this vote, it will be a blow to her. And it will be also a chance for the centre-left, perhaps, to consolidate themselves and to present themselves as an alternative to Ms. Meloni. What also doesn't help is the timing of the referendum, if you like. This is coming as she's trying to deal with a stagnant economy, as well as dealing with the fallout of the war in Iran and the rising oil and gas prices here, which have frustrated Italians. So it will be interesting to see what comes out of this. But she herself has said she's not stepping down if the no vote wins. But it definitely is being seen by many analysts. If that wins, it could be a blow to her.